The following informative segment is sponsored by Wilkes University. Jeanne Rabel, Director of Specialized Programs at Wilkes University, plays a key role in helping new students begin their college journey. As she leads the university's first-year Foundations Experience, a program designed to guide students through the transition from high school to college life, both inside and outside of the classroom. She joins us now with more. Jeanne, it's so nice to have you here in your Wilkes colors.
I was going to say I needed to pull out the blue blazer just for the occasion.
I love it, and I also am just loving this first-year Foundations Experience at Wilkes. It's a course that is common throughout colleges, but Wilkes is very unique.
Yeah.
Talk to us about that.
Definitely. No, I fortunately have been in the role leading the program for about a year now, and I've had the opportunity to get more immersed in understanding, well, what does this program mean to our students here at Wilkes? And what does it mean to aid the transition of our students from being in that high school mindset to then helping them to become prepared for the college experience? So fortunately, our course is very multifaceted. It's a 3-credit college course, and the thing is, because students spend so much time with their instructors, there's a lot of opportunity to cover many topics about the transition to college, the academic and social adjustment, getting used to our campus culture, getting involved in campus events, encouraging that, and also the mentorship that our instructors are able to have with their students to aid through that transition. I often remind our instructors that they are mentors to our first-year students to hopefully be that person to guide them through the first semester of college and help them with whatever their needs are. I think I often say, remember, we're meeting our students, our first-year students, where they are. So if any way that we can help and support them through that transition, I encourage them to do so, while also just being their authentic selves as well, because that's how our students, I know, connect very well with our instructors.
And I think also, too, for anybody that is just out of high school, or maybe they have been out of high school and are going to college for the first time, or maybe they're coming back to college, in a regard like this, everyone wants to feel like they are the big man or big woman on campus of, I know everything, but often I feel like people don't like to be embarrassed, but when they remind themselves that truly everyone is going through the same thing. Like, is that kind of what you see as they progress throughout the semester?
Yes, definitely. I feel like so much of the focus of our class and talking with our students about what does it mean truly to belong on our campus, but also that's going to mean something different for every single student, because even to your point, I've worked with students over the years, whether in my classes, and I used to previously work in advising, they come from with all different backgrounds. They're non-traditional students, they're students who play sports, they have different things to consider within their lives, jobs, all of those particular things. So for example, when I talk with about time management with my students, that's going to look very different for each of them. But at the same time, even to your point about students thinking, oh, well, I should have this all figured out right now. Every single time I feel like I have students present with that kind of attitude or that kind of belief, and I'm always there to remind them, give yourselves grace as you stumble through this experience, and the good things and the bad things, and you'll learn so much from the experience and also learn so much about yourselves, and we're there as instructors to hopefully help you through whatever that looks like for them.
And an easy way to also make friends.
Well, yes, for sure. No, for sure. And I think the social connections that come from encouraging students to talk in class, engage in discussion, but also go to campus events and get integrated into our campus in multiple ways.
Yeah, so if people wanted to start the conversation of Wilkes University, maybe as the fit for them, what is the best way to do that? I
would say, we have our motto on campus, I think, at Wilkes, you will. And I think that there's something to be said about on helping students to understand who they are when they're entering their Wilkes experience. But also, I focus so often on goal setting with my students so that they can genuinely set long-term goals for themselves of what they want this college experience to be like for them. And I think that I just talked about that recently with my students, and I think that that came around where I wanted them to make sure to help them understand what do I want this experience to look like for me? What do I want to get out of this experience, and what growth can I expect? I often say to my students, like, you are going to feel very differently from when you walk through this door to this semester. You'll feel very differently to then when you graduate in 4 years. And I've had the fortunate benefit of connecting with many of my students and seeing them through, even when they're getting ready to graduate and making the next big decision in their lives, that it all comes back to like who you are as a person, how have things changed, how have you grown, but also trust yourself in your decision making and what you've been able to do over the course of the last 4 years.
I say the semester is young right now. You bring your students here, we can put them on TV.
Oh, goodness.
Add that element to it. Jeanne, thanks again for joining us today.
Thank you so much, Chris.
And thanks again to Wilkes University for sponsoring that segment.